Source NAT and destination NAT is complete.
Yeah, we saw up to telnet.
Yes, telnet service.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm uploading a video.
Okay.
So Fortinet. Okay, Amit, Mohammed, let's continue our topic now, everyone.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So we are in NAT topic, and in NAT, I told you, let's revise first. I told you we have two type of NAT. We can go with source NAT, and another option we have destination NAT. And to configure source and destination NAT, we have two configuration option in Fortinet. First, you can go with firewall policy NAT concept. And second option we have is called central NAT. Central NAT. So this concept is complete. Firewall policy NAT, source and destination NAT is complete, right, Amit?
Yes, sir.
Mohammed?
Yes, sir.
Now today we can focus on central NAT concept. Why we are using central NAT, and in central NAT we'll discuss how to configure source and destination NAT. So let's create a topology. Let's create a topology. So remember always, by default, central NAT concept is disabled. Normal. By default, it is disabled. Okay.
Okay.
So you can enable it and see. Either you can use firewall policy NAT or you can use central NAT. You cannot use both options at the same time. Yeah, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Let me show you it. Wait, let me check this firewall configuration. I will just on WAN port, LAN port, all route ports. Okay, so remember our firewall policy NAT configuration, everyone. What we can do, we can click on create. We can create our policy. Policy, we can define all the parameters. And if action is allowed, so we can utilize our NAT option, right? Mohammed?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
now you can see central NAT option is not enabled by default. If it is enabled, so you will get a tab here. You will get a tab here, it's called central SNAT, but it's not visible here. So it means central NAT is not. If you want to enable through graphical page, so you can go on system, you can click on setting, and you can enable this option central NAT. Through graphical, what you can do, through graphical config system setting command and set central NAT. If you type question mark here, you will get both options. See, enable or disable. So I want to enable now. You can enable, press enter. If you press enter, Mohammed, you are getting this message. I mean, right? This message is what? Cannot enable central NAT with firewall policy NAT. I told you, either you can use central NAT or you can use firewall policy NAT. Clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, so you can see into our firewall policy, we are using this. See, here we have a policy to allow our traffic. Let's delete this, for example. Let's delete. So now there is no any rule. I'm not using any NAT concept, firewall policy NAT. So this time, if I'm using this command again, see, I'm not facing any issue. You can type in command to save your configuration. Now mode is changed. If you refresh this page, or if you log out and log in again, so this time you can see you are getting a new option. Central SNAT. This is central source NAT. And for central destination NAT, here is option. Now this tab is called DNAT and virtual IP. Mohammed, Amit.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Everyone,
Yes.
if central NAT option is not enabled, so this tab is called virtual IP only. If you remember, this tab is called virtual IP. And if once you enable central NAT concept, this tab is called DNAT and virtual IP. Why this tab is called DNAT and virtual IP? I will tell you. But you can see once you enable, you can get central SNAT and see for central DNAT, this is the tab. Now this time, if you go into a firewall policy, if you click on create, and in policy, yes, you can define all the parameters, and traffic is traveling. But you can see NAT option is not available here. We are getting a message. Here. Central NAT is enabled. So NAT setting from matching central NAT policy will be applied. Okay, so the point is why we are using central NAT, because we can achieve all our tasks with firewall policy NAT, right everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mohammed, Amit,
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
if I want to configure source NAT, destination NAT, if I want to configure source NAT or destination NAT, no problem. I can configure with firewall policy. Why we need central NAT concept? So everyone, if you remember firewall policy NAT configuration, you remember firewall policy NAT configuration. So for example, if I'm creating any rule, for example, if I'm creating any rule in between port number 2 and port number, if I'm creating any firewall policy, so what we can define? What we can define in policy, for example, if I'm creating my first firewall policy, so I can define incoming interface, outgoing interface, source, destination, and remember our translation option. Either you can go with outgoing interface or you can go with use dynamic IP pool. Remember options, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
for example, I'm using outgoing interface. So incoming interface as per our task, port number 2. Outgoing interface, port number 1. Source is 200.200.200.35 specific IP address. Okay, 30/30. Destination in. For translation, I'm using outgoing interface. Let's create another firewall policy rule. So yes, I can define incoming interface, port number 2, outgoing interface, port number 1, source for example 200.200.200.15 to 200.200.200.20. Destination in. For translation, yes, I'm using outgoing interface concept. So my point is, every time if you are configuring firewall policy, every time you need to attach your NAT option, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Every time.
Yes,
For example, if I'm configuring 200 firewall policy, or if I'm creating 500 firewall policy in between port number 2 and port number 1, every time I need to attach NAT option. That is the issue.
Yes.
That is the issue. That's why we need centralized option. That's why we can go with central. For example, see, if you go in central NAT, so you can see, you can click on create, you can create your central SNAT rule. So in central SNAT rule, what options are available? What you can define? You can define your incoming interface. So in central NAT rule, I can define incoming interface. I can define outgoing interface, source address, destination address, and then you can decide, you can go with translation option, outgoing interface, or you can use dynamic IP. So for example, I'm using outgoing interface. Everyone can hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So for incoming interface, I'm using port number 2. Outgoing interface, port number 1. Now, if I'm using source in and destination in, and for translation, yes, outgoing interface. So you can see, guys, this single rule, see, this 200, 200, 235 is a part of in. This 200, 215 to 20 is a part of in. So this single rule can handle all the firewall policies. Clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Amit?
Yes, sir.
Aman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So no need to attach every time NAT option in every firewall policy. What you can do, you can create your translation rule on a centralized location in central SNAT. Now, as per your firewall policy, if traffic is traveling, if traffic is traveling port number 2 to port number 1, so yes, firewall will check firewall policy, and yes, there is a rule. If there is a rule, then it will go and check central NAT. Is there any translation rule available? Is there any translation rule available in between this incoming interface and this outgoing? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what central NAT. The single. Let's create a rule, everyone. Okay, let's create a rule. For example, for example, I'm creating a rule to allow my traffic. So rule is what? Rule. Okay, let's complete this option first. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, in case, everyone, in case if I'm creating a new rule, Amit Mohammed, if I'm
Yes.
creating a new rule and into this rule, my incoming interface, I'm creating a firewall policy, and into this new firewall policy, if my incoming interface is port number 2 and outgoing interface is port number 3, then this rule cannot, right? We need to create separate policy, separate central NAT rule for incoming interface port number 2 and outgoing interface port number 3. Clear my point?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amit? Mohammed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, clear.
So let's create a rule, incoming interface, outgoing interface, source I can define. Source is any, destination is any, services is any, simple policy rule, traffic is allowed. Now you can click on. So as per your policy, if traffic is traveling from LAN port number 2 to WAN port number 1. So yes, I can configure that option because traffic is traveling from private network to public network. So in central NAT, if incoming interface is port number, outgoing interface is port number 1, source any, destination any. For translation, I'm using outgoing interface. You can click on OK. Done. So we have our NAT rule on a centralized location. Now we can try to initiate our traffic. It's not a new topic, not a new concept, Mohammed. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
It's not a great feature. Okay, it's a common feature.
Okay.
In Palo Alto, what we have separate tab for NAT, separate tab for firewall policy. In Checkpoint, we have a separate tab for access policy, separate tab for NAT rule. Here they call new feature. It's not a new feature. Okay.
Okay.
It's not a new feature. No. But they call central NAT policy. Now, wait, let's initiate our traffic. So IP address, we are trying to initiate ping google.com. I'm trying to ping google.com. I'm trying to ping facebook.com. So traffic is traveling as per our policy. Our focus is on translation. So we can verify our translation, and for translation, we are using outgoing interface. So let's initiate more traffic. Let's initiate more traffic. Facebook.com. Working slow, but we can access. So if traffic is traveling, so you can verify your session table information. Get system session list. So you can see everyone, as per our NAT rule, this 200, 200, 166 is trying to go outside and it's translated with 190. Clear now, Amit, Mohammed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, rest story is same. Okay, what is source NAT? What is destination NAT? It's a common concept. Only you need to know what is the difference in between firewall policy NAT and center. So this is your firewall policy firewall policy source NAT. Clear now, Amit, Mohammed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we can focus on central NAT. Oh, sorry, we can focus on central destination NAT. So for destination NAT, you can go with DNet and virtual IP. DNet and virtual IP. So this tab is called DNet and virtual IP. If central NAT option is not enabled, if you are working with firewall policy NAT concept, so this tab is called only virtual IP. But now this tab is called DNet and virtual IP. Why it's called DNet and virtual IP? I will tell you. See, let's create a rule first. So if you remember our destination NAT configuration, our destination NAT configuration, what we can do for destination NAT? For in destination NAT, we have a separate public IP, right?
Yes.
We have a separate public IP, for example, 192.168.1.155. Everyone, I have a separate public IP, so I can map multiple servers. Remember destination NAT story
Yes.
concept,
Yes, sir.
Amit?
Yes, sir.
We can map multiple servers with single public IP. So if traffic is coming from outside, it's going to hit onto this. It's going to hit onto this public IP address, and if this request is for port number 23, so yes, my firewall can redirect this traffic onto this machine for telnet service, or you can use port forwarding. For example, this is your telnet server 2. So yes, I can use any other port number. For example, I'm using 8999. So this public IP, this port number, I can map with this inside machine 200, 200, 200, 166 with port number 20. Same task. Okay, so we are trying to configure DNet option with central NAT. So you can click on create and tab is what? DNet and virtual IP. So yes, you can give a name, IP address. You can give a name, DNet-IP. External IP address 192.168.1.155. I'm trying to map this IP address with 166. Port forwarding concept you can use 8999 port number 23. You can click on it. Remember our configuration, Amit, Mohammed?
Yes,
Our
sir.
DNet configuration in Firewall Policy Net. Everyone remember?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Amit, you,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what we can do? Can you please help me, everyone? In policy, what is our incoming interface, everyone?
One.
WAN,
Port,
right?
yeah,
Thank you,
one.
WAN.
Yeah.
And outgoing interface,
LAN.
LAN.
source,
Any.
any. Destination,
Servers. I mean.
destination,
Destination any?
And destination
No.
servers. Internal. In LAN. Is it? LAN servers.
no.
LAN to LAN.
Remember our firewall policy DNet configuration? We can create DNet object and object we can attach, right?
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
outside user don't know anything about inside, right? Outside user will hit onto this public IP, right, everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Let me show you. No problem. Let me show you. In your session, we show your configuration. So first you can create an object. This is our previous session video, okay?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can create an object first.
Yes. Yes. I got it.
And this object you can attach, you can add into your configuration. Let me show you. You can go into your firewall policy, you can create your rule, you can define all the information.
Okay.
Destination is what? Destination is DNAT object, right?
That public IP.
Let me show you. Destination is DNAT object. So see, if you click on, my point is what? If you click on destination, you can attach your DNAT object, right, Mohammed?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amit?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the difference. Let me show you. This is the difference in firewall policy destination NAT and central NAT destination NAT. Wait. Here, if you click on destination, you can see there is no any object.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mohammed, this is the difference.
Yeah.
There is
Okay.
no any
Yeah.
object. No object.
No object. Yeah.
So see, so why this name is called DNAT and virtual IP? That's why. See, what we can do in destination here, we can define our LAN machine IP. Okay. Here we can define
Okay.
LAN PC IP address 200, 200, 201, 166/32 single machine. You can attach this object, simple object. You can attach services any, for example. You can click on. So now everyone, as per our policy, traffic is coming from
One.
okay and going to LAN, right?
LAN.
So if traffic is coming from WAN side and going to LAN side, remember always everyone, in DNAT, traffic is always initiated from WAN side. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.
In destination NAT, traffic is always initiated from WAN side. If you are working with Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FTD, any firewall device. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now traffic, see. So when traffic is coming from outside, going to hit on WAN interface, so your firewall will check, okay, traffic is coming from WAN side and trying to go LAN side. Okay, let me check what? DNAT object.
Gina. Okay.
So in background, firewall can identify Mohammed.
Yes,
Traffic
sir.
is coming from outside, WAN side, and it's going to LAN side. So I need to check my DNAT, and this in DNAT, what we have, it can check, okay, this outside machine is hitting on 155 with port number 8999. So I need to redirect on 166 with port number 23. So that's why this tab is called what? DNATs. So automatically this tab is doing what? DNAT. Clear my point, Amit?
Yes, sir.
Automatically this tab is doing this because now this time we have our NAT rule, but on a centralized location, right?
Yes.
We cannot use our NAT object in firewall policy. That's why this option is not available. Hear my point?
Yes, sir.
Mohammed, that's why
Yes, sir.
in firewall policy, our NAT object is not available because you cannot attach. Because for NAT, you have a centralized location, right?
Yes.
For central source NAT, you have a centralized location. For central destination NAT, this is the centralized location. Clear my point?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So as per your traffic flow, your firewall can identify, okay, traffic is coming from WAN side. Okay, outside machine is hitting on this public IP address with port number 8999. Let me check. DNAT object. Is there any DNAT object is available? So it will go and check on centralized DNAT, destination NAT object. Yes, option is available. It will do transmission. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear now? So we can try, we can test it. Okay, our DNAT object is working or not. So we can try with FORTI application. Telnet. IP address. From outside, I can only hit on 155, Mohammed,
Okay.
with port number 8999, because outside user, he has idea about public IP address. He don't know anything about private IP. So
Yes.
from outside, I can hit onto this public IP address with port number 8999, and you can see, you can verify here, it's the same topology, but let me check services dot MSC, internet services start or enable or not. It's a start. So you can click on open. See, welcome to Microsoft Telnet Service. Username is user1, password 12345. You can check log, no problem. If you want to check log information, let me check log options is selected on all session. So you can check log also. Let's exit. I can initiate this traffic again. Let's check traffic is going to hit or not. Wait, traffic is coming from outside. Let me show you. Please wait. Please wait.
Yeah.
We can verify the log message, and you can see the folder name help.
Yes.
But we can verify the log. Wait. Traffic is not. Destination is working. Destination NAT is working fine, Mohammed. Amit,
Yes. Yes.
only we are trying to verify the log message. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
Practical is working fine, but I want to show you log. Please. Thank God. Traffic is coming. Everyone, 1.7 is my physical machine IP address. Let me show you. 1.7. It's working slow. That's why. See, 1.7. 1.7, and destination is what? Public IP.
150.
Yes. Okay.
Source is this, destination is this. And policy ID, this is our rule name. This is our policy ID. Source interface is what? And destination is what? You can also check port number, right? Because in our practical, we are using port number 8999, right, Mohammed?
Yes.
So we can check our source port number and our destination port number. So source port number is, see, 8999, everyone,
Yes.
8999.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Clear
Yes.
now?
Yes.
8999.
Yes, sir.
This is our what? NAT option. Now it's completed our NAT security for power policy and NAT policy configuration.
Okay.
I hope it's clear for you, everyone, how to
Yes,
configure policy to allow our traffic and how to
Yes, yes.
configure NAT rule for transmission. Clear now,
Yes, yes, clear.
everyone?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, clear. It's clear. Yeah.
Now we can focus on next generation firewall features. These 4 topics: web filtering, application control, antivirus, and file filtering. These topics are related with security profile concept.
Okay.
Okay, we will start this topic in next class. Okay,
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
let's
Okay.
start this new topic. Okay, so we can start our security profile discussion in next class.
All right. Okay.
Same
Thank you.
time,
Okay, sir.
everyone. Okay,
All
Okay.
bye
right.
guys. Take care,
All right.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.
Bye, bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye. Bye.